All right, welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are checking out the videos on the channel. Subscribe to the channel as well. And yeah, so let's get started here. Geoffrey Owens, you guys might remember him from the Cosby Show. If you don't know what the Cosby Show is because you're very, very young. You can go back on. Even young people know what the Cosby Show is because their mom and dad let them show it to them, or they just stroll to you just strolling through the channels on your TV and you see reruns of old shows and you might just sit back and watch it and you go, oh, this is a fantastic show, and then you get hooked to it and then you watch all of the seasons, right, of the Cosby Show. Cosby Show ran for a long time, okay, and I think Geoffrey Owens, this guy right here, this is Tyler Perry, for everybody should know that already, but Geoffrey Owens, he played who did he play? He played dang, I can't remember the guy's name. But anyways, he played one of the guys that he was an actor on the Cosby Show and one of the husbands of Bill Cosby's daughters on the show. Alvin. He played Alvin, I believe, on the Alvin on the Cosby Show. Okay. Now you can go on YouTube and watch the Cosby Show. I believe they got episodes on YouTube as well. Of course, Hulu and all the other places have the Cosby Show. For those that are not familiar with the Cosby Show, but almost everybody listening to me, 99% of you guys know the Cosby Show and know it very well. Okay. Um, so he was on there. It's not like he was a regular on the Cosby Show. He's not like he had a big part in the Cosby Show. He was some seasons. I guess he was on there a lot more than others, but it all depends on his role, right? Because he wasn't like in the house, so he had to come over. So you know what I mean. So those type of people, they're not going to be getting paid like that anyways. But I think people are not talking about that what he got paid on the Cosby Show. I think they're just surprised that he's working at Trader Joe's because of who he was on the Cosby Show and how the Cosby Show should have propelled him to a bigger acting career and to make a lot more money, right? And so what happened is somebody took this picture. I don't know. I'm not sure what the race of the person is, and I don't really care. But somebody took this picture. It was a female, I believe, and she posted it, and it just went viral. Everybody was shocked and surprised that he's working at Trader Joe's, right? And a lot of people were shaming him, were making fun of him, and I can't believe you went from the Cosby Show to Trader Joe's and blah blah blah. Your Hollywood career is over and all this stuff. And the other people are saying that's normal. You know what I mean? Like, we're actors with day jobs. You know what I mean? Like we get gigs and it's hard out here in Hollywood. It's hard, especially if you're an actor from the 80s and 70s and 90s. It's hard now because all these young talent is taking over. You know what I'm saying? All the young talent are, they want to see young faces on television, not old faces, right? So it's competition. So it's a lot harder to get jobs now, and you're not as financially. And I talked about this yesterday on the Kevin Garnett video. Like, it's not what you seem. You think they're living this mansion life with big money, but it's not. That's not the reality for many of them. Most of them, actually. Okay. So he's working at Trader Joe's, and people were making fun of him, shaming him and stuff for having a normal job. Okay, in between gigs, he's still an actor. He still acts. He still has been acting for a long time, but he wants to stay busy. Doesn't want to be bored. And that's what some actors do. They get bored and they get into depression. You know what I mean? Depression runs wild in Hollywood, and they turn to drugs and alcohol. R.I.P. to Mac Miller, who passed away, looks like on an overdose. This is what happens, and he was young. He was 26 years old, right? So this is at least Gary Owens has made it all the way through. You know what I mean? He's an older man now, and he knows his ways around acting and Hollywood and things like that, and he knows what not to get into and what to get into, right? But the problem with this video is the shaming part, and a lot of it was coming from black people. It's like his own people were shaming him and making fun of him for having a part-time job or a job at Trader Joe's between acting gigs. Okay, and a lot of people are like, desperately wanting him to return to Hollywood and do, you know what I mean? Like, no, okay. You guys want him to go back to satanic Hollywood? Like, he's doing it perfectly. The only thing that I would ask him to do is to manage his money better, because if he was managed, because he's been acting since the '80s, so if he had managed it, maybe he had an accountant that robbed him as well, like all of them do. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why. Maybe he made some bad decisions financially. Yeah, he had to, right? Because should be kicking up his feet right now and chilling after the Cosby Show and all the other acting gigs he's done. Acting, even if he's just getting, let's say he's done like 30 movies, right? And let's say he averaged $100,000 per movie, right? That's $3 million, right? And then let's say he's on sitcoms and stuff. I'm not sure if he's still getting royalty checks from the Cosby Show, because a lot of the Cosby shows has been removed from television, right? Because of what, they accuse Bill Cosby of. So the royalty checks have probably stopped, unless people are buying like subscriptions of the Cosby shows on streaming devices. So that might be the only way, right? He's getting some money, or maybe overseas where the Cosby shows could be still running, they get paid from that. But the royalty checks are very small. Okay, but anyways, the point of this is we need to stop telling people to come back to Hollywood, because Hollywood is satanic. Hollywood is a place of depression, the place of drugs and alcoholism and all types of demonic activity. We don't need people like this. That he's enjoying his life. He's doing it right. He's doing little gigs here on the side, a little acting here on the side. That keeps him away, and people don't understand. When you're a part-time person, you don't have to do the full-time responsibilities. Okay, so he's staying away from Hollywood by doing gigs on the side here and there. He doesn't need to be brought in by these guys. Okay, these puppets, these satanic Zionist puppets. Okay, the Tyler Perrys, the Oprahs and stuff, bringing him back because you guys don't realize how satanic Hollywood is. So you're telling him, you're telling them to come on and bring him back in. Like he's like, I want to, like he's like he's chilling, man. Let him chill. Let him do what he's doing, right? All he needs to do is manage his money a little bit better, right? He manage his money a little bit better, and stay in shape. Stay in shape and stay healthy and manage your money a little bit better. That's it. He can do gigs and work at Trader Joe's, because that keeps him away from having to do the rituals and things like that, and all the satanic stuff that goes on Hollywood sets and stuff. Like if he's on there full time, he now has to come back to that life of rituals and all types of demonic stuff. Let him stay away from that, man. Y'all pushing him back to Hollywood, and he like, man, you know what going on in Hollywood? You know how satanic Hollywood is? Now, of course, because of the shaming and all the things like that, I believe he accepted the offer to work with Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry offered him to come on through a job, you know what I mean, for the next, I guess they're casting one of the biggest dramas on OWN television, which is Oprah's network, right? OWN. So he says here, Tyler Perry says, Geoffrey Owens, I'm about to start shooting OWN's #1 drama next week. Come join us. I have so much respect for people who hustle between gigs, the measure of a true artist. Okay, so now he's gonna. I think he accepted the offer to come out there. I think he's also quit Trader Joe's. Which. Tyler Perry isn't saying that he's making you a millionaire overnight, right? He's just saying come out to join us, right? And so, shaming somebody, now he quit Trader Joe's apparently, right? So he accepted the offer to come out there, and no guarantees from Tyler Perry though, right? There's no guarantees he's going to be part of the cast. No guarantee that he's going to get a nice six-figure check or seven, well, not seven figures. This is a drama show, but six-figure check. There's no guarantees he's going to be getting a six-figure check or even a five-figure check per episode. There's no guarantee he's going to even make the cut for the show, right? And he quit Trader Joe's because of the shaming, right? And so when the story dies down and 3 months from now happens, and then Geoffrey Owens says, "Yeah, I went to the set, but I didn't make it. They didn't add me on as a character, and or they did add me on for one show, and I got paid like $5,000, and that's it. I never heard from Tyler Perry again. He went away, right? And now I have to go back to Trader Joe's and beg for my job back. That's what usually happens, right? Unfortunately, that's what usually happens. Okay, they want to be part of the spotlight. They want to continue to make themselves look good, and then when the spotlight is gone, they drop you like a fly. That's what the Hollywood did to him, right? That's why he's working at Trader Joe's and in between gigs, right? So he knows that. So I'm not sure why he did that. I'm not sure why he quit Trader Joe's. If he was having fun at Trader Joe's and enjoying his life, that's what he should be doing, right? Go work in between gigs, manage your money better, and put money away for retirement, and because you're getting older, and enjoy your life. If that's what he was doing, then fine. That's what he's doing. But I can't stand when we're trying to pull somebody back into wickedness. That environment of Hollywood is wicked. Why would we want to encourage him to come back to Hollywood, right? You got all these people trying to bring him back into a sick environment. Dave Chappelle told you it was a sick environment. We just saw Mac Miller overdose yesterday, right? Or reportedly yesterday, but you never all this story, all the news and the timings are all lies, by the way. But anyways, all these things that Hollywood do in that environment is wicked and demonic, and you're trying to pull this man back into signing more satanic contracts and be part of Satanism and all that stuff. All you see is the show and get back to Hollywood, make money. You don't see the ritual side of it. You don't see the demonic side of it, and that's pretty sad because they've already shown you the environment of Hollywood is terrible, and now you want to drag this man back into it because he shouldn't be working at Trader Joe's, is what you think, right? And maybe he shouldn't because he was on a Cosby Show. I think Cosby Show is probably one of the you can put the Cosby Show, Family Matters, with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Living Single. What's the other ones? And these are just shows. I'm not talking about. Well, you can put comedy, I guess, in there. Martin is a comedy. What else? What else? Living Single. There's a few more I can't even think right now. Anyways, yeah. So there's about 10 of the greatest, uh, African American shows out there, in comedy and comedy type of shows. And so when you're at the top 10, those people should be living in a good life, right? You would think the people that were on the Fresh Prince should be living a good life because it was so big at that time, right? And they should be getting royalty checks from streaming, from people watching it on streams and stuff like that. They should be getting royalty checks and chilling, right? But that's not the case, man. It just doesn't happen that way. Unfortunately, the royalty checks come in and it's like $50, okay, per month. So it's just not what you think it is, but we don't need to be shaming people, man. People. It's sad that we live in a world where it's all about money, right? Money dictates how I'm gonna treat you. How I'm going. Like it shouldn't be that way. Okay, money shouldn't be the reason why you treat somebody good or bad, or your clothes on what you're wearing and the brand you have on. Like we are so sick as a in society to think that the name of a clothing brand, it makes you a boss or makes you what makes you wealthy without even having to even look at your bank account. You're wealthy because you got Gucci on. Oh, she got a Louis Vuitton outfit on. She's wealthy. She a boss, or she's a diva, or whatever you want to call these people. I mean, it's ridiculous. right? And so we live in a society where money basically creates the type of person you are, right? And your clothes. So a man that works at Trader Joe's and is making a living for himself in between gigs, he needs to, society says he needs to be shamed. And that's terrible, man. That's terrible. Let the man live. Let the man chill. He's doing his thing. He's chilling. He's working on the side. When acting gigs come up, he goes and gets them. If not, he continues to work at Trader Joe's and chills and relax. Let him live his life. You know what I mean? But that's just not the case, because when we see somebody that we think should be living better than they are, we go in on them. The society clowns them, and that shouldn't be the case. You should stop judging people because of money. Money shouldn't be the reason why you judge people. Clothes, what people are wearing shouldn't be the reason why you laugh at them or judge them. That's just ridiculous. That's a crazy mindset that people have, that, oh man, you're not wearing Nikes or Adidas, or you're not wearing name brand shoes, so I can't even hang with you. Like, that's what people literally think in their brains. And that's what they go to school. Teenagers and children grow up this way because of their parents. And so kids go to school doing the same thing. If you're not wearing Jordans, I can't even be your friend. Let me think about that type of mindset that we're setting for the children, where they don't even want to hang with people that don't wear Jordans or Adidas or Nikes. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, and it only happens here. And it was created here in America. It was created here, but in America, by the mainstream media, and by our hip hop, and by the hip hop music that was taken over by the Zionists, by the way. And you know what I mean. And so that's where it all started. Where, look at me. It's all about me. It's all about my money. It's all about my cars. It's all about my fashion and clothes. And if you're not doing that, if you're not balling out or whatever, and you're working at Trader Joe's, you're a loser, basically, right? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Geoffrey Owens, if you're listening, brother, I know you're not, but keep working. Just, if you need to manage your money better, you know what I mean. Then go ahead and do that. Set up a planner, and a good one that you can trust. Maybe a family planner or family accountant that your friends and family have, that you can use to set your finances up better, and just live your life, brother. You don't need to be in Hollywood full time. You don't need to go through the rituals and all the other satanic stuff. You can stay away from Hollywood as much as you can. If you need the side gigs here and there, that's fine, as long as you're not doing all the rituals and all the other stupid stuff that happens in Hollywood. So continue just to live your life, brother, and all well wishes for you, and all the people that was shaming him. He's just ridiculous. You've been controlled by the mainstream media. You've been controlled by Satanism, and to think that money and clothes and cars are what you should judge people on, which is not the case at all. That doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is the heart, and God told us that. The only thing I look at is the heart, right? So God knew that this was going to happen to people in these times, and that's why He keeps saying, "I only look at the heart. I don't need to look at anything else you're doing. All I got to do is look at your heart, because that tells me everything about you." And that's how I felt when I saw the picture of him. I said, "Why are they doing this to this man?" You know what I mean? Like, why would somebody do this? To let him live his life. He's not bothering anybody. Let him live his life. And unfortunately, a lot of times when you're not bothering people, that's when people come for you. And that's, I found that out myself. Just living my life, trying to be quiet as possible, live my life, and people will come for you regardless. Okay, so it is what it is. But yeah, Geoffrey Owens, keep doing you, man. You don't have to accept the Tyler Perry stuff. You don't have to go back to Hollywood if you don't want to, brother. You can have a job, be proud of what you're doing, be proud of who you are, regardless of how much money you make, and how successful you are. It means nothing in the end. The only thing that matters is your heart. And if you have accepted Yeshua as as your Lord and Savior, and if you have been baptized in the Holy Spirit. I mean, that's the only thing that really matters at the end of the day. It's not about cars and money and clothes and stuff like that. Yes, we can post the stuff. Yes, we can like that type of stuff, and yes, we can enjoy it and buy it. But that doesn't define who we are. That's not who we are. Okay, who we are is from our heart. Our heart defines who we are. Okay. So, anyways, talk to you guys later. I just found it interesting that we're pushing this man back into Hollywood, thinking that that's the right decision for him, while everybody else in Hollywood is sick and overdosing and has mental illness and checking themselves in the rehab and hospitals. Where when we want him to, we're pushing him in. His own people are pushing him in back into that sick environment, and that's doesn't even make any sense. But that's because they want him to get back to looking flashy and rich and things like that, and back that way. But they're really hurting him by pushing him back into that sick environment. So Geoffrey Owens, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Bye.